Lived here 1945 to 1963. So is that a piano that John Lennon played on? So these are the actual gates?
So these are the actual gates.
Julia Lennon, John Lennon's mother. It says mummy. So this is John Lennon's childhood house. His mother, Julia, was knocked down on that crossing over there in 1958. So that's a sad aspect to it, but this is the property that lived with Mimi. So here it is coming up. They're fairly close together, John and Paul's. There we are, hang on. Get that spun round. As you can see, the National Trust, and this is the actual property. John Lennon, 1940-1980, to lived here 1945 to 1963. Musician and songwriter. It's a nice semi-detached house, isn't it, really? Got the old original windows. So, quite a nice house, nice gardens. Yeah. It's even got the TV aerial. Strawberry fields that we've just been to, the centre, is just around the corner. Hello there, and what is your name?
I'm Sue Harvey, I'm the commercial manager at Strawberry Field.
Hello Sue, wonderful, thank you ever so much for this.
You're welcome.
Very, very kindly said she'll show me John Lennon's piano, and then we're going to describe what the place is all about a little later in the film.
Absolutely.
So, over to you. It has a serious reason, does this place?
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, we are a Salvation Army owned space. And there was a house that once sat here that was a children's home many, many years ago. And now that house has gone, and the Salvation Army had kind of a bit of a thought about what they wanted to do with the space. And we've decided to build a visitor experience, cafe, shop, and then we also have our Steps to Work programme, which we'll talk to you about a little bit later on. So you're in the exhibition now, so it's a paid for exhibition. But in here you get the history of the house, you get the history of the Salvation Army, you also get stories from people who were here at the time, so residents who were here, but also people who were here with John, so who played with John at the time, and his sister's in here, Julia, who's our honorary president, so she's in here as well talking about her time. John.
Oh,
John
really?
Lennon's
Okay.
sister. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen her.
Yeah, Julia Baird.
On an interview, not recently, but with, Tilly Wogan.
Yeah,
many
possibly.
Years ago.
Many
she
years
wrote a
ago.
book, didn't she?
She did. We stopped that book now.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I saw that years ago, actually.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's a massive supporter.
Yeah.
So, and Julia goes out and talks about us all the time, and goes out to America, and wherever she's touring, she kind of takes Strawberry Field with her. So it's really a special relationship we've got with her.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you want to, shall we start now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
So
whatever you want to point me out.
What you've got here is, this is the start of the exhibition, so this is where you enter. And we talk about nothing is real, so as you stand back, you wouldn't be able to see what this is, but as you get closer, you'll see that the words nothing is real. So these are piano keys to link in with John's love of his piano. And then obviously the rest of the exhibition then is all media guided, so you have your own headset, your own little screen that takes you all the way through all the information. If you want to go deeper into something and find out more, there are menus in that as well, so you can go back through and kind of pick out what you are interested in and find out more. So there's loads of information on the Idea Guide.
You can go to each one and sort of
You can.
it,
You can. So this kind of tells you all about the Salvation Army. This then starts to tell you a little bit more about John and about his links. These are about the homes.
Yeah.
So you've got all this here. Fantastic lady here, Melvis, who was resident at Strawberry Field.
Okay.
She sadly passed away in June 2019, just before we opened, but gave us this amazing video of her recollection of her time here. And it's just so moving to listen to these stories of people who were here. And what they went on to achieve, it's amazing. So Melvis was told that she was going to go into like household cleaning. She was like, I'm not, I'm going to be a singer. And she was, and she ended up in the Cavern. So absolutely amazing. She's such girl power. She's brilliant, really cool.
Were they the original Spice Girls?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's Julia.
Oh yeah, I do remember it. Yeah.
So here's Julia.
I remember from that interview probably about 20 years ago or something.
Yeah, probably be about right.
I would think so, yeah. Something like that.
Fantastic lady, really, really supportive of Strawberry Field.
She has a resemblance to John, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah, definitely.
But just such a kind, wonderful person. She's.
There is a family resemblance. Probably just the glasses.
You're going to say the glasses, right? Well, I've had these for, 22 years. I wear glasses and contact lenses, like John did, like by National Health.
Yeah. Well, now, to pursue the topic of the book, and perhaps by association Goldman's book, why was John not raised by his mother?
Well, up until the age of 5, he was mostly with my mother. And there were various family circumstances which just led him to live more permanently with Mimi.
That was Auntie Mimi?
Yes, with Mimi, yes. But that was from 5, not pre-5.
So the implication is that he wasn't close to his mother, but is that true?
Well, it's not true at all. And in actual fact, I've dedicated the book, I've written it for my mother. Strangely enough, it's not for John. The motive behind it is to redress the balance of this, as you said, for my mother, in her caring for John and the family. John, of course, comes into it largely because he's who he is.
But what sort of a person was your mother?
An eccentric, extremely lovable, very loving. And if you read the book, you'll find that she was the focal point of loving attention in the family, giving and receiving it.
Yeah. But what was John like as an older brother? Was he a good older brother?
Yes, enormous fun. Enormous fun. He told us to go away when he wanted us to go away, and got us dragged away when he wanted some time to himself. But he took us to the pictures, he took us to the
I think
park.
that was a picture of him and you together there. We had a little picture of John as a young man, and is that you in the bonnet?
Yes, it's awful, don't look.
Very nice, very nice.
So as we go along here, this is where this is the piano.
Looks quite. So that is that a piano that John Lennon played on? So this is the piano. Then?
So this is the piano that he recorded and wrote Imagine on.
Ah. Okay.
So very well looked after piano.
It is, isn't it? It actually
is,
looks. I wouldn't say modern, but I'm not an expert on pianos, but it looks. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Really amazing piece of musical history.
I wonder how old that piano is then.
I can find out for you.
Yeah.
It's a good number of years.
So as you say, he started to write the song Imagine on that.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Quite an important piano, that, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Can I try chopsticks or not?
Yeah, there's no playing that piano. So here you've got more information about John and about Little Richard and Elvis. So the story goes that John went down to the cinema in Woolton and was watching the newsreel, and there was a lot of screaming girls because Elvis came on, and he was like, I want a bit of that. So that's why he became John Lennon, the rock star. It motivated him.
Ticked all the boxes for him.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. Yeah.
So here's more about the song and about where it was written.
Okay.
And it was written when John was in Almeria in Spain, and it was around the time of when I won the war, and he was sat in this house in Spain and just had some time to himself, and he started to write, and that's where Strawberry Field was born.
The main gates of Strawberry Field are not the main gates on the road, which I assumed they were.
No.
They're further back.
So the original gates are in our gardens, which we'll show you. The replica gates are at the front, which is the picture that everybody wants. But those gates are replicas because the originals were stolen. So before they got melted down, they got taken to an ironmonger's. He reported that, and then we got them back. And they were wrapped up and they were taken away. And they were a very well kept secret within the Salvation Army. If you didn't need to know, you didn't know. So they were a very, very valuable part of Strawberry Field. So we had the replicas made, and they're at the front gates now.
Okay, so if people steal those, you're okay?
No, don't be stealing them. Both gates, very simple. Yeah. So through here, sorry guys. You can kind of sense John here.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel that way, you can kind of. There is a lovely sense of peace at Strawberry Field.
Yeah.
But there's nothing of John here.
Just a myth.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
There's always lots of myths, isn't there?
There is.
So these are the actual gates.
So these are the actual gates.
Okay.
So
And the same place they were originally.
no.
Right.
So these would have been on the front.
Yeah.
So these gates would have been
Of
where they
course.
are now.
Yeah, of course.
And the interesting thing about the gates is they were never closed.
Right.
So Strawberry Field was somebody's home. It wasn't an orphanage. It wasn't an institution. It was these children's home. And so the gates were never shut. The gates were always open.
Right.
So now when we do our graduation for our Steps to Work programme, we open the gates because that is for us is symbolising
Symbolic,
something.
yeah.
So we open the gates for our trainees who graduate, but the gates at the front were never closed until obviously we had to redevelop the site and things like that. And it's been somewhere, a real pilgrimage for Beatles fans to come and see these gates. So we had to close it to make sure that we kind of looked after the site, because otherwise, even when there was nothing here, it would have just got, it would have been ransacked. So we just need to make sure that the place was safe. So it's always been somewhere special for Beatles fans to come.
Yeah.
And what we did on John's 80th birthday a few years ago, what would have been his 80th birthday, we put a stone at the back of these gates. So if you come around the back of here, there's a stone here.
Right. Okay.
So Julia laid that stone on what would have been his birthday in 2020.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. And I apologise, but what was originally here?
So originally you would have had, if you look just through here, you can probably see through, and we'll show you in a bit more detail. There's a glass etching that's just in that frame there.
Yeah.
If you sit on that little bench and look back, that's where the original house sat.
Right.
So that's where the Victorian house, the Victorian villa sat.
Okay.
And then at the back of the site here, where you are,
Yeah.
that's where the 1970s building was originally.
Okay.
And then the boundary for Strawberry Field is actually another street away.
Right.
So what we've got here is 3/4 of the site, and then the furthest quarter is next door to where John lived. Right. So that's where the original boundary for Strawberry Field sat. So it was a massive space.
Yeah.
In this kind of area. I mean, it's a beautiful area. Woolton's fantastic, such a lovely area.
Yeah.
But you've got that kind of, it was a big garden space.
Yeah.
So everybody, all the kids could play, the band came and played. That was the other big thing for John, is that he'd want to jump over or come and see the band when the band played in the summer. So they always had a Salvation Army band here.
Right.
And now we're echoing that with putting a bandstand in the garden.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to kind of bring that little bit back.
Bring it back as it was, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's great, yeah, okay. I'll just have a look at the glass etching.
Yeah, of course.
That's great, is that? Keep it going so I can speed it up and just show a quick, path through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
It's nice that. The etching's lovely, actually.
So that's the original. I don't know if I can.
That's the original.
Yeah, I can put that on after. Oh yeah, I'll go up to you.
So that's the original house as it was. So as you kind of sit on that little bench there when it's not wet like today,
Yeah.
you can actually see where the house would have sat,
Yeah. Okay. Indeed, yeah.
which is quite special.
Yeah.
And so those original, the stones here on the side here, the steps are original
of course,
steps.
now I get it, yeah.
And then you've got the, you've also got the stones all the way around, which have got the little quotes on. They were from the original building as well.
Okay.
When we excavated the site, they were saved,
Yeah.
so that people can use them as somewhere to sit and have a little rest and take it all in.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Well, that's brilliant, and thank you for showing me that today.
You're welcome.
And I hope people will come and visit and spend lots and lots of money.
That would be great.
As much as possible. Okay.
Come and
thank
enjoy
you,
it.
everyone. So these are not the real gates. These are the pretend gates that are outside. You see, it's not the real one. The real ones are in there. Okay. Now let's go to John Lennon's actual house. So we're on our way to his actual property to live with Mimi. See you there in a minute. By the way, I've got my shirt on, look. Got to get the John Lennon shirt, haven't you, when you go into his house? It's very close. You know? Hence the fact that that's why he played there so much. I wonder, you can obviously go inside, accessible by the National Trust, yeah, you can get tickets. Yeah, I wonder how authentic it is. It probably is very authentic. Bet this road wasn't as busy then. Okay, we're going to go to Julia Lennon, that's John's mother's grave. Okay, we'll go see the final resting place of Julia Lennon, John Lennon's mother. Somewhere in the middle of this plot. So, I'm going to swing it round. There was a theory that, and I believe some of the people that worked here said that possibly, I found them, yeah, I knew they were in the centre. Julia Lennon was buried, and John Lennon wanted to be buried with his mother, and his cremated ashes were at night time put in a grave under spotlight when the cemetery was closed. But that's been said, but I don't think it's true. And don't ask me, I'm not an expert. It's just I think these rumours build up. It's so small, so very tiny, look. Wrong way around. Well, yes, that's it. So, this is Julia Lennon, John Lennon's mother. It says mummy, that's John. Victoria, that's his half sister. That she got taken away very early, and then you've got Julia and Jackie. Bit hard to read that, isn't it? But that's his two half sisters as well. They're all half sisters, and that's the John Dakin whose grave is behind me. Because John Lennon said he didn't want John Lennon said he didn't want Mr. Dakin buried with his mother. So it's a bit strange they're so close together, but that's it. So you can see, I mean, you know, there has been rumours that John Lennon's ashes were buried here with his mother, but I tend to think that won't be true. Some people put some coins there, look. I mean, it's been here since 1958. It was a crosser, I think, originally, but have a look around the back. Yeah, there's nothing on the back particularly. Yeah. So that's Julia Lennon, and this is who she was married to. This one says Daddy, and of course the same two names, Julia and Jackie, there. I think when she went off, I think what it was, Victoria was an affair with an Irish soldier, but she left she left a partner and had these 2 children, Julia and Jackie. But I don't think she got married, but could be wrong on that one. So that's Julia, John's mother, who had an accident when she went to visit John's aunty, Mimi, who John was living with. He'd been sent to live with her, where we've just been. And she's been there since 1958. So don't forget, as we always say, by the way, got my shirt on, look. Don't forget, subscribe and ding the bell, then you'll get the future notifications. And a thumbs up and a comment would be really nice. And thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And have a good day. When you keep coming around these places, it makes you think. Make the most of your time, all of you. Have a lovely day. Whatever happens, have a lovely day. See ya. Little tour